In the world today, we have about 1.2 to 1.3 billion people that travel across the surface of the earth from their homes to a tourism destination. And with that, there are a number of impacts that occur, whether it's economic or sociocultural or environmental. Tourism studies is basically taking a look at the human impacts as well as the human nature impacts of tourism as people travel across the surface of the earth. So we take a look at things such as economic leakage, where when tourists go to a destination to spend money, that money doesn't stay, it goes elsewhere. Where does that money go and why doesn't it stay in the hands of those that need it? We take a look at environmental issues, we take a look at waste management, we take a look at deforestation issues. We also take a look at how cultures change and societies change as they are being inundated with tourists from different parts around the world. There are a number of different careers in which our tourism majors enter into, whether it's working at convention and visitors bureaus and helping tourists to know the types of activities that they want to engage in when they come to a destination. We have tourism majors that are now working for Walt Disney World. There's an internship program that they are dealing with. The thing about tourism jobs is that there are two aspects of tourism. There's a supply side where people create attractions, they create experiences and activities for people to engage with. And then there's the demand side. How do we get people to come to a destination? So we can get into digital marketing. And that's one of the things that we do with our program. We get into trying to understand motivations, why people travel. And so there are a lot of jobs out there just trying to figure out how do we get people to come to our destination. And then you have the supply side, whether it is attractions or it's hotels. There are a lot of different jobs that are out there if people are willing to look and search for them. As a tourism studies major in the Department of Geography, we differ from other departments around the United States where tourism is in business. In tourism business departments, they focus more on how do I make money. In geography, we're more interested in the idea of sustainability. How can we maximize profit, but not at the expense of the environment or irritating or upsetting the local residents? How do we keep money in a community? And so, in addition to that kind of broader context, we also are helping people to understand tourism from a geographical perspective. So we're looking at map skills, we're looking at written communication, oral communication. If you like people, tourism is the place for you, but you have to be able to communicate properly with them and be able to do map analysis. You have to be able to do quantitative research to try and figure out why people do what they do based upon survey work. And so you will learn a lot of the skills that you will learn in other places, but more specifically using it to understand tourism and to make tourism better where you are. Global studies is a sub-discipline within geography that we offer here at BYU. We differ in part because while we do look at globalization, we do look at a very specific aspect of globalization, mobilities, people on the move and the impacts that they have on the destinations in which they visit. We also are different from recreation because when somebody travels from point A to point B for tourism, they could do the same activity like golf at home, but when they travel to that destination, they're considered to be a tourist. So we're looking at movement of people across a long distance and looking at the impacts, not just at the destination, but also as they travel and as they return again. And so that makes it a little bit different and unique in that sense. Every 1 in 10 jobs in the world is tourism based. There are a lot of jobs out there. So if you're looking for a job, there is a wide open marketplace for you to find a good salary. The median salary of our graduates is about $45,000 that graduate from our major. Also, with 1.2 billion people traveling across the surface of the earth, and with that expected to rise to 1.5 billion by 2030, people are always going to move. And there are going to be a number of services that are going to be looking for our students to hire our students in order for us to cater to the wants and needs of an ever-growing population. Tourism is not going to go away. A lot of people that think that tourism is one of these studies where, as a professor, I go lie on the beach all day and that's my research. But tourism studies is about making real positive change in the lives of people that travel, in the destinations where people go to. And so I find this a really interesting major and a significant major because we do affect positive change in the world with what we do.